I'd like to welcome everybody to Keystone Aquatic Center. Would you please rise for the playing of the national anthem? Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to Keystone Aquatic Center for the Keystone Winter Invitational. We'll be starting today with the girls and boys 400 IM. We'll be rotating heats, girls followed by boys until we're through. Heat number 1, 8 swimmers, Mr. Referee.
This is the girls 400 IM. In lane number 1, we have Hurlman. Lane number 2, Ashley Perry. In lane number 3, Logan Wilson. In lane number 4, Kayla Perry. 5 is Elizabeth Horner. 6, Lydia Gonzalez. 7, Lily Moore. And in lane 8, Ashley Mellinger. Girls are finishing off the 50 of their 100 fly, looking strong, using their walls, great breathing patterns. Arguably the hardest leg of the 400 IM, unless of course you're a butterflyer. Then you don't think it's difficult at all. And we're going to see how this exchange comes down here from the fly to the back. Beautiful, beautiful underwaters. Gorgeous strokes. Look at that rotation on them all. They are looking effortless as they are going into their last backstroke turn. Nearly halfway finished the race. Beautiful strokes, great distance per stroke. Coming up on the most beautiful 100, the 100 breast. And we've got several different techniques going on here. Some low heads with the duck, or some little higher with a undulation from the chest. This is beautiful. This is where people think that the IMs are one. Right here is the breaststroke leg. I'd happen to agree with them. But Get this, we got some outside smoke over here. Beautiful, beautiful lunging. Well, it's all down to the freestyle leg here. It's going to happen. It's anybody's race. Oh, we still got some gas left in the tank of these ladies. It's cold outside. It's hot in the water here, folks. This is it. We're down to the last 50, 60 yards. It'll be interesting if I can see who pulls out in the front of this heat, since can't see past the tops group of kids, but they're a good group of kids, so we won't hold it against them. I still like this outside smoke right here. And it appears that Ashley Mellinger pulled that out with a beautiful 4:37.29. Ooh, wonderful.
Event number 1/2, boys 400 IM. They're heat number 1 of the boys, heat number 2 of the event. 8 swimmers, Mr. Referee.
We've got heat 2. It's the boys 400 IM. Lane 1, Mole. 2, Huang. 3, Moran. 4, Kupski. 5, Dayclue. 6, Kawash. 7, Shunk. And 8, Martin. These young gentlemen are off to a fine start. Wow, it's anybody's game here. Going into the last leg of the fly. Whoa. In lane 4, Kupski is pulling out ahead in this backstroke leg. They were pretty even after the fly, but clearly Kupski enjoys his backstroke. But can he ward off his opponents for the breaststroke? We will see. Oh, his breaststroke looks beautiful too. But I'm going to tell you, we've got Connor Moran coming up on one side, and we've got Ben Dayclue on the other. It's going to be a race. Got a little language lesson on how to say Ben Dayclue's last name earlier, so that's great. Beautiful pullouts from all the guys here. Wonderful. Going to see just how much they have left for this freestyle. After a long day of school, the drive out here, the snow flurries, it's been quite a day. Oh, look at this. Kupski is pulling away from the pack. Look at that. Whoopi Kupski. That's a fun name. And we're just finishing out the last 50. And it appears as though Kupski is going to finish ahead of this crew. See if I could see a time when he touches. 4:05:24. Wow, Whoopi Kupski, wonderful 400 IM.
Event number 1, heat number 3, 8 swimmers, Mr. Referee.
We've got heat 3 of event 1 and 2. This is girls 400 IM. In lane 1, we've got Horn. 2, Gorman. 3, Perry. 4, Taylor. 5, Park. 6, Steckel. 7, Hassan. And 8, Burkholder. Huh. Look at that outside smoke from Emery Horn. Look at that. Beautiful breathing pattern. She's not letting anything get to her, but she's got Mia and Emily. Closing in. And, of course, her teammate, Kenzie Gorman, right next to her. And the backstroke leg, the pull on these girls, whoa, distance per stroke is amazing. And as I happen to know, this is a prime stroke for Mackenzie Gorman. She has some of the best underwooders off those turns I've ever seen. I got Emily Taylor pulling out too. She's fighting for a top spot in this heat. Emery Horn out there holding that outside smoke. Looking nice. But as I have said before, we are coming up to a crucial part of the 400 IM. Crucial part is the 100 breaststroke. If they don't save their legs here during the backstroke, the breaststroke proves to be pretty difficult. Let's see what happens here. Off the exchange, we've got nice pullouts. I happen to favor the lower breath for breaststroke. These girls all seem to favor that too. I like the long glide, especially in the 400 IM. Emily, Jordan, and Abby have beautiful breaststrokes, and they are proving to be competition. We'll see who wants this more, who's got all the gas left in the tank for that last 100 free. We run on adrenaline here. We're going to leave it all in the pool. Emily Taylor and Jordan Park with a wonderful breaststroke leg there. Do they have enough to look? They're fighting each other. They are back and forth. Still don't discount Mia Perry over there. She's coming for him. Notice how most of these girls on their underwaters are either clearing or coming right to the flags. It's a critical part of the 400 IM. These two are still neck and neck. We got Emily and Jordan. Teammates from LAC, probably friends, possibly classmates, virtual or otherwise. And they are going to finish strong. And we've got 4:53 for Jordan Park. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Are you kidding me? That is a fabulous time. I'd like to note that we've got in lane 3 Mia Perry and in lane 8 Bria Burkholder, who are just 12 and 13 respectively. Wonderful, wonderful job hanging with the high school kids.
Event number 2, heat number 4, boys 400 IM, 8 swimmers, Mr. Referee.
This is heat 4 of the boys 400 IM. We've got Day Clue in lane 1, Taylor lane 2, Hughes lane 3, Sempsey lane 4, Leibfried lane 5, Henry Phillips in lane 6, Reber in 7, and Saprinsky in lane 8. It's interesting to see how these kids manage their breathing pattern, knowing that they have a grueling race ahead of them in what is arguably the hardest leg. And we've got, Henry Phillips and Grant Leibfried battling it out. I know Henry Phillips is a butterfly favorite. He is a fabulous butterflyer, even a more fabulous kid. And here we are on the backstroke. Crucial are these walls. The turns are so important. Everybody thinks that it's the how fast you swim it, but the fundamentals and the small little things that you can tweak can mean the difference between first and last. Oh, these two guys battling. Grant and Henry. Let's see. Tough race after a long day of school, and these boys are proving to be fierce competitors. And here we are to the breaststroke leg. A leg that is not the favorite of Henry Phillips. He would self-admit that. But he's looking pretty good. Looks like Grant is a prime breaststroker. He's certainly undulating that chest and has a fierce kick. And Henry Phillips has told me if he can just survive the breaststroke portion, that is his goal. And we are coming to the 100 free. These boys are going to leave it all in the pool. They're going to give it everything that they have. And I have to tell you, in the 400 IM, there's very little left at this point. We've got Jonathan Hughes creeping up on the freestyle leg. He's looking wonderful over there in lane 3. Henry is making up some lost time that he had on that breaststroke, but I'll tell you, Grant is not going down without a fight. He is not. He sees Henry. He does. Henry sees him, and it's down to the wire, folks. It is all down to this last 25. And it looks like Grant is going to squeak out a W right there for that heat with a 4:37.18. Wonderful swim, everybody.
That takes us to event number 1, heat number 3 of the girls, heat number 5 overall, 8 swimmers, Mr. Referee.
We've got heat 5 of the girls 400 IM. In lane 1, I've got Anna Valerio. Lane 2, Marie Cattouse. Lane 3, Abriana Hosley. And in lane 4, Gabriella Hosley. Lane 5, I've got Alex Parcia. 6, Giuliano Graziano. Lane 7, Kaya Griffith. And rounding us out in lane 8, Mia Phelps. And here these girls are. Oh, look at Anna Valerio over there in lane 1, taking it away in the butterfly leg. Not to be discounted by Kaya Griffith over here in lane 7. Teammates, friends, future classmates. Here we go. And I happen to know these girls just as nice as they are good swimmers. Fun fact, all Springford School District kids. It's Montgomery County. And here we are for the backstroke. Look at the distance per stroke. Kaya Griffith, not a fan of backstroke, and it couldn't look more beautiful. That turn, look, went way past the flags. Valerio on the other side of her, look at that stroke, great distance. And Alex Parcia, who has a gorgeous backstroke as well. Look at this, the 3 top swimmers are doing fabulous. I'm going to pay special attention to lane 8 for a minute. This is a 10-year-old. 10-year-old Mia. You got to give her a hand. 10 years old doing a 400 IM. Wonderful. Now we are halfway complete. These girls can start thinking about what they're going to have for dinner. Are they going to watch TV? Is there a Friends marathon on later today? But right now, we are looking at Kaya and Anna pulling away with this. Don't discount Alex Parcia, who has a prime stroke in breaststroke, a thrice junior Olympian. Saw an official hand go up. I can't see from this distance where that would be. It's never a good sign when a hand goes up from an official. Don't see him writing anything, but we will see later. Spoke with Kaya Griffith earlier this week, and she said she is not a distance swimmer. I believe this race will be the evidence that her parents will need to prove otherwise. And we still have Anna over there in lane 1 and Alex with a wonderful glide in lane 5. It's as if these ladies have not already done 3 100s of the other strokes. Their freestyle is so fast and looks almost effortless. Again, I'm going to note how amazed I am at this Mia, only 10 years old. Fabulous, fabulous stroke. And here comes Kaya, who's going to try to battle to come in under 5 minutes, and I think she's going to hit perhaps right on the nose. 5:02.63. Are you out of your mind? That is a fabulous time for a first-time 400 IMer. Wonderful job. We're going to look at the last of the lot swimming. Look at all the gas these girls have left in their tank after swimming all of those hundreds. Look at all that gas. Marie Catus in lane 2 for tops. Looks like she's going to shed just shy of a minute from her time, which incidentally I predicted on our way up here. Wonderful swim. Mia Fouts finishing her 400 IM, went in with a no time, is coming out with a, whoa, 6:46. Whoa, congratulations.
Okay, that takes us to heat number 6 for boys 400 IM, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Heat 6 of the boys 400 IM. We've got Grohl in lane 1, Murtaugh in lane 2, Troy in lane 3, Sultanov in lane 4, Ryan Troy in lane 5. Earlier in lane 3, that was Jacob Troy, but now I've got Ryan Troy in 5. Bonavoglia in lane 6, Kaze in lane 7, and to round us out in lane 8, we've got Mark Fwelling. To those that are streaming or viewing on their various devices, I just want to apologize for being very tops heavy, but these are the swimmers I know, so I can give you some fun facts and tidbits on our top swimmers. I didn't really do my homework on the other swimmers since I just found out I was doing this job, but they have me back. I certainly will do my homework and maybe have interviews with the other swimmers. So we've done a 50 fly. No, we've done a 100 fly. Look at that. These guys are fast. I got Mark Fwelling out here outside smoke. Here they come to their second backstroke turn. Stroke count is so important in the backstroke. Mark Fwelling has a bevy of teammates cheering him on over there. Swimming is a sport that, while it's individual, there is a team component that is unlike any other sport. Some of these kids just finishing up the 100 back. We'll see how the breaststroke leg goes. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Very, very important leg. Mark Fwelling trying to ward off Daniel Kasse from Keystone Aquatics. Daniel just had an amazing pull-out. He's got a tight kick. The glide is so important in breaststroke, depending on the distance. But the glide, breaststroke is a stroke of patience. And these boys are showing that they have their patience. Mark Fwelling is taking off in this freestyle leg. I am amazed at these kids coming here after a long day, battling out 16 laps, grueling laps, starting with the hardest 4 laps of the event. Give them credit. And Mark Fwelling is not tapering down at all. He is in this to win it. And the kick that Coach Bill has worked so diligently on. And his finish, oh, look at that. Well under the 5-minute mark. He's at a 4:34. Wonderful swim, Mark. Everybody else finishing just under the 5-minute mark as we go into the last 50 of some of these kids. Oh, wonderful strokes. Sometimes I wish swimmers wouldn't breathe off the turn as much as they do. I know it's a pet peeve of a lot of coaches. We may see a lot of that in the 1,000 later on today. Wonderful swim, boys.
Okay, it takes us to be at number 7, which will be the last heat for the girls. We should have 3 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
This is the last heat of the girls 400 IM. We have 3 swimmers in the pool. I have Sierra Griffith in lane 3, Vanessa Graziano in lane 4, and Ella Feltz in lane 5. Sierra's pulling away with this in a gorgeous butterfly stroke. We saw, I believe, siblings of all 3 of these earlier today. Swimming is such a family sport and the best. And look at that. Sierra knows to use her walls. She's got a very, very nice breathing pattern of 2 up, 1 down. That's when you take 2 breaths consecutively, and then you do 1 stroke without taking a breath. Helps regulate your breathing. A lot of people want to swim like Michael Phelps and just breathe every stroke, and you know, we like to think we are, but we are not all Michael Phelps. So we're finishing out the 100 fly. We're going into the backstroke. Definitely a difficult 100 You want to work on balancing, saving your legs, but kicking to keep your body horizontal. Head back, hips up, nice kicks. And my goodness, Sierra Griffith is pulling away at this point. What I like when we just have 3 swimmers is I believe the viewers at home can see the entire race. Nobody's cut off. And Sierra, let's see how that last turn is. Again, cleared the flags on those underwooders. I know Coach Bill works diligently along with his excellent, fabulous staff on teaching the importance of those underwooders. Coach Bill Draves of Tops. Now Sierra's going to enter her favorite 4 laps, and that would be the breaststroke. The glide is just so important in the breaststroke. I'd like to see Sierra glide a little bit more for that first leg, but that head position is crucial. And see how that water wicks right off of the top of her head. A lot of people look up when they enter the water, and the water just hits you right in the face and the chest. And the goal of swimming is to have the water streamline off of you, not collect in your face and chest. That's a fun fact. This Ella Fouts, I really am enjoying her breaststroke right here. It was a very quick turn. I like the glide. I like how low these girls are. And we'll see what kind of gas we've got left in the tank for our freestyle leg. I like Sierra's glide now towards the end. And look at this beautiful stroke from Sierra. Nice and long, reaching. I'm still liking Ella's breaststroke. Look at her glide through that water, and I can tell she likes that breaststroke too. Let's see what kind of gas Ella has left for the 100 free. Whoa, look at this. Look at the white water behind these kids with the kicking. It is fabulous. I know coaches talk until they're blue in the face about the kicking and the importance of kicking. And Sierra is going to run away with this. And she will finish just shy of 23. No, 25. 5:24.76 for Sierra Griffith. These girls, give these girls a hand. 11-year-old Vanessa and 12-year-old Ella. Ella's coming on strong. She still has gas. Look at her pulling away for the last leg. Look at that. I will hazard to say that Ella will finish under 6 minutes. Ella, don't make a liar out of me. Yeah! 5:58.03. It looks like. That was beautiful. And that concludes the girls' 400 IM for this evening. We've got Vanessa finishing strong And she finishes at the 6:37. Wonderful time. Great job, girls. You should be proud of yourselves.
Clear the pool. It takes us to our final heat of the 400 IM, heat number 8, 7 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Heat 8, our final heat of the 400 IM. These are the boys. All of these boys are entered with no time. I've got John Moll in lane 1, Josh Lear in lane 2, Marco Santos, lane 3, Cullen McGraw in lane 4, Jack Martin, lane 5, Gabriel Cassay in lane 6, and Keegan Pence in lane 7. Cullen McGraw and Gabriel coming out ahead in the butterfly. Wonder if butterfly is their prime stroke or if they're just going out strong in everything. Look, I got John Moll over there in lane 1. We call that outside smoke, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are for the backstroke leg. It's wonderful to see all the volunteers and the coaches up cheering on the kids. This is a great sport. Oh, look at this. Cullen McGraw pulling right away. And then I got Gabriel over here, just a little bit at his feet, and then we'll see what the breaststroke leg. See what the breaststroke leg does. 400 IM, arguably the toughest event in swimming. At least I think it's the toughest. It is Coach Bill Draves of Top's favorite event to swim. But I'm a 50 breaststroker myself. Look at the glide from these breaststrokers. I like it. All the heads are down. Strong, tight kick. I see we're beyond the halfway mark here. Rounding out the last heat of our very first 2 events, boys and girls 400 IM. Swimmers are warming up and warming down in the adjacent pool. Very beautiful aquatic center here at Keystone Aquatics. Fun fact, it's a long course pool when you take out the bulkhead. Oh, look at this. I'll tell you, Cullen is running away with this race. And he is showing no signs of stopping. The swimmers are getting ready for the 1,000. It's 40 laps for those of you that can't do the dimensional analysis, but it's 40 laps for the 1,000-yard swim. It's a lot of laps. And look at this. 4:51 from Cullen. And these boys look like they still have gas left in their tank. I got to give it to them. All entered with no time. All of them. And we are looking at 4s and 5s. From all of these swimmers, we've got teammates still left in the pool. Josh Lear over there in lane 2. Keegan Pence up here in lane 7. Two of the nicest swimmers I have had the privilege of coaching. And both of them are going to come well under the 6-minute mark. Wonderful, wonderful swim for everybody.
So event number 3 and 4, which will be the girls and the boys 1,000 freestyle. We'll be starting off with the girls and then going to the boys and alternating heats. So heat number 1, 8 swimmers. Girls 1,000-yard freestyle. Event number 3, Mr. Referee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is event 3 and 4. Girls and boys, 1,000-yard freestyle. In lane 1, I have Kramer. Lane 2, Hooper. Lane 3, Kupski. Lane 4, Friedlander. Lane 5, Knopsnyder. 6 is Wolf. 7, Blau. And 8, Hassis. That would be Blau and Hassis. They are coming in for their 4th lap. This is 4 of 40, ladies and gentlemen. Four laps, going into 5 of 40 laps. You will see these children at the end with the plastic numbers in their hand. Those are called counters. And what those do is they tell the swimmers what lap they're on. It gives the swimmers a very good crutch, so they don't have to worry about counting to themselves. And you'll notice some of them will pump the number very quickly. Others will sway it. Typically, if you are pumping that number, that counter is telling you to go faster. You're not quite hitting your desired interval. And if you're swaying it, you're well within the interval. And these ladies have wonderful strokes, a fabulous breathing pattern. The first 9 laps are going swimmingly. A vital part of any swim is the kick, and we like to see it in a bubble fashion. Our coaches like to tell our kids to boil the water. That's boiling water, much like making pasta. Boil that water behind you. And these girls are certainly doing just that. We are looking at a mixture of girls that are favoring a straight arm freestyle or a more fingertip drag high elbow freestyle. It certainly is based on body type, personal preference, and coach's instruction. Seems to be working for all of them as they are going into lap 15 with unbelievable time. Keep in mind, this is 40 laps. I'd like to thank Keystone Aquatics for their hospitality at their beautiful facility. It's a wonderful aquatic center, and the people are lovely. We are very thankful that they have us here this weekend. Now, you may look at the 1,000 freestyle and say, why are these girls breathing every stroke? I thought you weren't supposed to breathe every stroke. In the 1,000 and the more long distance, middle distances, girls tend to breathe every stroke, sometimes every 3. I like to mix it up with an every 3, then an every 1, then an every 3. It is very important to get your body in oxygen. And of course, using your walls. Using your walls and your underwaters. Just reminding everybody, this is 40 laps. We are on anywhere between 25 and 27 right now. I'm giving a hand to all of these counters. It is a stressful job to count. You are not to change to the next lap until the swimmer is at the other end of the pool, at the block end of the pool. Then you must change the number, get ready, pump that number down, pull it out before that swimmer hits the wall, wait, and repeat. It is extremely stressful. Hard to remember to flip the double red color, some people might call it orange or fluorescent, for the very last turn. And you will hear shortly a cowbell. That is to tell the swimmer that is in the lead that it is their very last 50. That cowbell tells the swimmer in the lead that it is their very last 50. These girls, they have a good early catch in the water, and their distance per stroke is unreal. Again, the turns vital. Using that wall is so important. I would love to see about 2 or 3 strokes after the turn before breath. Keep in mind, the fastest that you go in a race is off the block. The second fastest you go in a race is off the wall, off your turn. When you come off that turn and you take a breath, it is as if you are putting the brakes on your race. And we all know in swimming, we do not want to put the brakes on. It looks like Ava just heard the cowbell for her very last 50. Oh man, does she have some gas left? Look at that. She's gonna come in right at 10:27. 10:27. That is nearly over a 20-second drop. Also got to hand it to Ava's counter. It is an important part of this race to make sure you have the correct lap and you do not forget the double red squares. Ellie and Kate finished behind Ava with a 10:38 and 11:09 respectively. Very good races for them.
Okay, event number 4, boys 1,000 freestyle. Heat number 2, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
We have Heat 2. It's the boys 1,000 freestyle. Alex Stoner's in lane 1. Gavin Tran, lane 2. Colby Eastep in lane 3. I'm sure that I didn't say that correctly. Lucas Knopsnyder in lane 4. We saw his possibly his sister Ava swimming in the heat just before us. Eric Witt in lane 5, Jacob Texter in lane 6, Kevin Santos in lane 7, and we are finishing out in lane 8 with Seth Kasse. I apologize for butchering some of these names. I hope you forgive me. If you enjoy the live streaming that's being done tonight, please like the Keystone Aquatics on Facebook. Hit the like button. That's the thumbs up. It's a wonderful, brisk Friday night here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We have Kelly Lindenmuth on the video, so if anybody has any problems with any of the lane video, we could email her at lindenmuth.com. That would be attention Kelly. So here we go. We've got some early leaders starting to pull away from the pack. I believe I see Lucas Knopsnyder in the lead. I saw Ava Knopsnyder in the lead last heat. I wonder what those kids have for dinner tonight. Beautiful strokes. I just saw Lucas taking breaths on both sides. I like a bilateral breather myself. So hard when you favor one side, especially during races. These strokes are long. Their elbows are high. Their heads are down. I see extraordinary kicks. And these boys all know how important their walls are. Very important to dolphin kick past those flags. Not like a big whale, but like a little fishy. Good dolphin kicks. I am getting a heartwarming feeling seeing all of these coaches cheering on these kids for the 40 laps that they're doing. The energy in these coaches is unreal. Looks like Lucas might be hitting on lap 15 already. Is that what I see there? Yeah. Lap 15. Beautiful strokes from all these young men. We've got a bevy of different swim clubs represented here tonight. I will make a note that all of these youngsters are being extremely compliant, wearing their masks to void off any COVID-19 that could creep around these parts. And looks like nobody here is going to get the virus. We're all doing our part. Social distancing and masking up. I'm seeing a 19th lap. It's Lucas looks like he is just about at the halfway mark, and he has not slowed down. I'd like to take a look at what his intervals are. See what his 50 split is coming out of here. Are they going to give it? Oh, 31.84. Look at that. We'll see if he holds that 31.84. Anywhere between a 29 and a 33 for the last several 50s. Doesn't look like he's showing any signs of slowing down. We've got Jacob Texter over here. With a 31.24 in his 50. Jacob Texter is battling here. Breathing towards Lucas. Lucas continues his bilateral breathing in a beautiful fashion. "40 laps, folks. Let's just let that sink in. 40 laps. Very important to use your walls. Decrease the distance from a 25 to about a 22. You use your walls correctly. Very important to kick during the 1,000. Keeps your body horizontal. This is heat 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more heats because we will be combining the final 2 heats. So we have 2 more heats after this one. Shout out to Keystone Aquatics for their hospitality as well as a beautiful facility. Lucas is continuing to hold that 31 high for his 50 intervals, and we are on lap 33. And look at this. We've got Jacob nipping at his heels. Jacob has just taken the lead. All of these boys are holding just about between a 30 and a 32 for their 50s. I think, don't quote me, I believe these boys are getting faster. They may be back-ending this race. Having the last 7 or 8 laps be their fastest yet. Still holding anywhere between a 30 and a 33 for their 50 intervals. I'm seeing some red squares from our expert counters. You hear the cowbell in the distance. I believe that was for Jacob Texter. Jacob swimming unattached today. May just pull out with this win. I'm having a little hard time seeing the score table, but I see Jacob Texter with the win. That's a 10-16, folks. That was a marvelous race. He kept Lucas in his sight the whole time, and the last 6 or 7 laps, he just turned the heat on. Beautiful. Look. Hard part about the far lanes and where we are situated is very difficult for us to see the counting. Not quite sure what lap everybody is on. But that was a fabulous race. Great job. Alex Stoner finishing it out. Boys, you can
Okay,
go
that takes
home,
us to
rest,
number 3,
eat a
which will be
cheeseburger.
Girls 1,000 freestyle. We should have 8 swimmers and Mr. Referee.
This is the heat 3 of the girls 1,000 free. I've got Wise in lane 1, Mahler in lane 2, Lindenmuth in lane 3, Hood in lane 4, Yard in lane 5, Sheldon in lane 6, Foley in lane 7, and Ava Christopher in lane 8. 40 laps. I'd like to pay a special note to the lane 4 Casey Hood, my oldest child. Part of the perks of having your mother do color commentary is maybe telling some childhood stories. Her best friend Kaya Griffith counting for her. Girls are looking strong, finishing out their first 100. Wonderful arm movements, good catches from these girls. I even see some kicking from Haley Lindemuth of tops. Took about 7 years to instill, but that's a wonderful kick. She's a freshman at Pope John Paul High School, Catholic High School in Royersford. She fancies the 500 free, but this is the first she's done the 1,000. Very important to use your wooders hitting the flag. Very important. We do not want to breathe off the turn. "40 laps, folks. Let me just say it again. 40 laps. Having a hard time seeing what lap everybody is on, but I believe the front runners are hitting 11 right now. And we've got Ava Christopher over here battling with Haley Lindemuth for that top spot. And right next to Haley, we have Olivia. And these other girls are pushing through, battling. If Casey Hood doesn't start kicking, we don't know how this is going to end. But she has worked diligently on rotating those shoulders, coming off a broken foot in November. And look at her teammate swimming right next to her, coming right up next to her. Hey, Haley. Most of the girls holding their own 50 interval really consistently and nicely. And I'm going to tell you here, Ava Christopher, it looks like Ava Christopher might be our front runner. It's very difficult to see. Possibly Lily Foley. No, I think it's Ava. Some of these front runners are nearing the halfway point, folks. Nearing the halfway point. Keep in mind the 500 tomorrow. Yeah. I can't believe how much gas these girls have in their tanks after a full day of school, a drive in the sometimes flurry weather. Wonderful job. Can't quite see. I know that some of them have well passed that halfway point. And they show no signs of slowing down, folks. The distance that these ladies are getting in the water is unreal. The early catch. can't quite see the other end. I believe everybody has passed the halfway threshold. Wonderful job. We continue to push through. If I forgot to mention this before, we are combining heats 4 and 5 in the last heat. The boys and the girls will be swimming together. "40 laps." I give it to these kids. Some clubs were closed for a substantial part of the summer and fall, spring, summer, and fall. Where there's a will, there's a way. I know that Tops out of Pottstown has worked diligently to find pool space for our swimmers. It's tough. And this day of COVID-19, I got my first vaccine a week ago. I'm in the 1A category as a special ed teacher. Look at these girls are turning it over. My goodness, we still have a plethora of laps left. That's a 50-cent word for you people. Plethora meaning many. A plethora of laps. And look at this. They are showing no signs of stopping. I am going to tell you this. Ava Christopher has just about 10 laps left. 40 laps, folks. Again, shout out to the counters, their teammates, their friends. And I'm going to tell you, the math whizzes that can count up to 40. Wonderful job. Fabulous, fabulous. Look at this. They are moving and shaking, folks. 40 laps. Let's see if these guys will back end it like the last lot. I have zero idea what lap we're on, but it looks like somewhere between 27 and 33, depending on the lane, of course. Lanes 6, 7, and 8 right next to each other from the Keystone Aquatics Club, as well as lanes 1 and 2. Teammates, possibly even schoolmates, is Elizabeth and Olivia from Keystone Aquatics. And then, of course, you've got Haley and Casey from Tops. Friends, confidants, sometimes carpoolers. Lane sharers sometimes in practice, and all around good girls. You don't find better kids than swimmers, do you, folks? They're the best of the lot. I'm telling you, these turns from these girls are unreal. Haley Lindemuth turning it on. I'm seeing kicking. This is unreal. Look, folks, if you don't get excited over 40 laps up and back, come on. This is their race. Several no times entered in this race, so a first for these youngsters. We heard the cowbell. That signifies the last 50. We're going to try to turn our attention to the scoreboard to see just who's going to pull this out. It is Ava Christopher for the win, 12:04. She entered as a no time. Looks like Olivia Mailer is in second with Haley Lindemuth coming up third. 12:13 and 12:16 respectively. Wonderful job, girls. Fabulous. And we've got the last lot of them coming off. I can't for the love of me see any of the numbers that the fabulous counters are doing, but we are nearing the end for many of these swimmers. Some still have about 4 laps to do. We have 2 swimmers that have entered with a time. Lainey and Casey, I will hazard to say they will conquer that time. I don't know what it will be, but I'm not a betting woman, but we'll see. We've got a handful of more finishers. Sheldon just finished with a 13:32. Foley, 13:37. Girls, these are fabulous swims. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last 50 for these 3 swimmers in the pool. Let's see how we go. Are we going to sprint this last 25, folks? It's a battle. We're going to see. Let's see what happens, folks. And I will tell you that Casey and Lainey, the 2 girls that entered with a time in this event, crushed that time with over a minute drop. Fabulous races, girls.
We're going to, heat number 4 and heat number 5 will be a combined heat. You have gentlemen in lane 2 and 3, and then you have ladies in 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, heat number 4 and 5 are a combined heat. Mr. Referee.
I am sorry, folks. I just had to go and cheer my daughter's 1-minute drop. This is heat 4 and 5 combined. The boys against the girls. The battle of the sexes. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We got Ryan Lee in lane 2. Patrick Boker in lane 3. Maddie Mailer in lane 5. Am I saying that name right? Mailer. Elizabeth Foley in lane 6, Ashley Mellinger in lane 7, and Gabby McKee in lane 8. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the final race of the night. Most of these kids will be back tomorrow and Sunday. I am a little out of breath. I just ran on deck, jumped up in the air, screamed, and shed a little tears for my daughter for her race. Those of you that know me know that running and jumping is not part of my repertoire. We have a very steady swim here. I'm looking at the boys on the far end of the pool, the girls over here. Fun fact, Patrick Boker in lane 3. His mother coached Jen from Tops. She's across the pool, probably screaming to him to kick. Seems to be what we tell our kids to do all of the time. Gabby McKee for Tops in lane 8 has committed to swim for Ohio University. Gabby McKee is probably one of the most focused, energetic kids on that team. We are just rounding out lap 13. "40 laps, folks. I know I said it before. 40 laps. We're going to give props to these counters. I have seen some of these kids count for multiple kids. That is commitment, that's friendship, that's dedication. Gabby McKee, bilateral breather. And she just tears it up. Very energetic. My children look to her as a mentor, a leader, both vocally and by example. Let's not discount those boys over there. We've got Ryan and Patrick with some excellent turns. Patrick Boker coming off a several-year shoulder injury, but through physical therapy and exercise, determination, and just being strong, has powered through. It is unbelievable to me the amount of swimmers still here cheering on their teammates as well as counting for their teammates. The camaraderie in this sport is wonderful. I know Tops is super thankful to be invited to this meet. We love Keystone Aquatics. Coach Bill Draves has made this happen for Tops. He's contacted Keystone Aquatics several times. We've been here a multitude of times. Bill Draves over there with the fabulous hair. He takes great pride in it. It's very difficult for these parents to have to stream this and not be here to see their kids in person. I'm going to tell you all listening right now, every single swimmer today has been awesome. I'm seeing sportsmanship. I'm seeing smiles. I'm seeing kids have fun. I'm seeing kids crush their times. And that's a very big feat, to crush a time in a time nowadays where you don't get a whole lot of training time. We were suspended for 3 weeks with the shutdown. So I'm going to tell you that in this difficult time, these kids are resilient. We should all be proud of them. It's a testament to them and their drive, but it's a testament to their parents and our encouragement and our love. Gabby McKee shows no signs of slowing down. Ashley Mellinger coming off that wall from LAC. Looking good. Gabby McKee holding a 32. Patrick Boker holding a 34. Ryan Lee holding a 30. There's the bell for the boys. That's Ryan Lee getting his cowbell. And we will shortly hear a cowbell for the girls. I would imagine treating this like two separate heats. And here they come. That's a cowbell for Gabby McKee, who is entered at no time. I'm not quite sure how Gabby McKee, a seasoned swimmer, has no time. But man, is she crushing this. She's coming off the wall, and she will sprint this last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Here she goes. Yeah, there she goes. Yep. And she's gonna fall maybe a hair shy of 45. Yep. 10:44.73. I would like to talk about Maddie. She's in lane 5. Folks, she's 10. She is 10 years old. And she is swimming 40 straight laps with an 18-year-old 2 lanes away. That is 3 lanes away. That is a wonderful accomplishment for Maddie of Keystone Aquatics, swimming at her home pool. And here these two girls are teammates. teammates swimming in a pool that is all too familiar with them, with teammates and friends counting for them, and they are down to the last couple laps. I want to thank Keystone Aquatics for giving us this opportunity, their beautiful facility. I want to thank the person who decided to give me a microphone tonight. That's special. And I want to thank all of these swimmers for swimming their hardest. Well, we certainly had a blast, and we will see you all again tomorrow and Sunday and in another couple weeks for the Penguin Plunge. Not the polar bear plunge, as I was calling it yesterday. These two girls, I got to hand it to these girls. 10 years old, folks. 10. 10 years old is that Maddie. Teammates. I haven't seen any handshaking. I'm thinking that's a COVID guideline, and we do give the nod, we give the wave, we certainly give the cheer. And I'm going to hand it to Ryan Lee over there, who is a gentleman and a scholar, waiting for the last swimmer to finish. Wonderful, wonderful swim. And a special shout out to that Ryan Lee and his mother for being so polite and waiting for that last swimmer to finish. And Patrick Boker, I didn't see him over there. He also waited. Wonderful. Thank you, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please, if you've enjoyed this, go to Keystone Aquatics on Facebook. Hit the like button. That's the thumbs up. Thanks to Mark Zuckerberg and his team over at Facebook. All right. Signing off, this is Coach Carrie Hood from Tops at Keystone Aquatics. Have a great night. See you at the pool.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming to Keystone Aquatic Center, and we hope everybody gets home safely, and we'll see you the rest of the weekend. Please clean up the area you're in. Please, if you have caps, goggles, shirts, shoes, I do not need any lost and found. Everything that you leave behind, I donate to charity. So if you leave it behind, that's where it's going. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Give me one.